So, welcome to Can It or Cook It. I consider myself...
Wait, I thought it was eat or pass.
No. Can it or cook it. Can it is no, cook it is yes.
Okay.
So, I consider myself an adventurous eater and chef. What about you?
Definitely an adventurous eater. I don't cook as much as I used to, and when I do, I usually use like my George Foreman grill, or try to make food quick.
All right, let's begin. Bulbasaur, can it or cook it?
I'm gonna cook them.
I'm gonna can it. There's not enough meat yet.
How much does Bulbasaur weigh?
15 pounds?
I mean, he's got like that bulb on him, so he'd probably be like a nice meat and greens, I think.
Ivysaur, can it or cook it? I'm cooking Ivysaur.
Yeah, I'll cook him too.
Oh, at least almost 30 pounds of meat. Nice. I can see, sauteed Ivysaur leaves and petals.
Yeah, I don't know if the flour would be edible, though.
Venusaur, can it or cook it?
That's a tough one, because on one hand, he's got plenty of meat now, but he's a poison type, and I'm inclined to say like no to most poison types. I mean, Ivysaur is poison too, though. So you know what? I'll cook it.
Charmander, can it or cook it?
Can it.
Can it. Charmeleon, can it or cook it?
Cook it.
Cook it. I could, see Charmeleon stew with curry or something. Charizards, can it or cook 'em?
Cook it.
Cook it.
Dragon meat is really yummy.
Squirtle?
Cook it. Turtle soup.
Cook it.
Cook it.
Cook it.
Again. Cook it.
Cook it. We could totally be assholes about it and serve turtle soup in its shell.
Hell yeah.
Can it or cook it?
Can it.
Can it. Not enough meat. Can it or cook it?
Can it. Because I've broken open like a cocoon before and it's like really gross. So yeah. Not eating that.
I was gonna say cook it. Because like I picture the inside of a metapod kind of like bone marrow. So butterfree.
Can it.
Can it. Weedle?
Can it.
Can it. Kakuna?
Can it.
Can it. Beedrill?
Can it.
Can it.
I've never really eaten... Well, no, I had those like crickets before. I've eaten bugs, but they're not very good.
Pidgey?
I'm gonna say can it because he's so small.
Yeah, okay. So like 4 pounds. Pidgeotto?
Cook it.
Cook it. Pidgeot?
Big cook.
What? It had a mega form? I didn't know that. Yeah, it looks cool.
That's pretty sweet.
Rattata?
Can it.
Can it. Raticate?
Cook it.
Cook it. Sparrow?
Can it.
Can it. Furo?
Cook it.
Cook it. Ekans?
This is a tough one because I've heard snake is actually pretty good, but it's a poison type. And like I said earlier, I'm inclined to say no on poison type. But it's a snake, which means it probably has like a venom gland that you could remove. So, cook it.
Cook it? Oh, cook for sure.
Yes.
Look at all that meat, man. And you could dry out this hood thing and use it as a giant plate, for looks.
Put the meat in your mouth.
Put the meat in your mouth. Pikachu?
I can't do that to Pikachu. I just can't.
Yeah, neither can I. Raichu?
That's a tough one. How much does he weigh?
61 pounds.
Or 66.
Or 66 pounds. And a Lillian is 46.
You know what? I think I'm gonna can it.
Can it?
And he's got some meat on him, but it's just like it's a grown-up Pikachu. I can't do that to Pikachu.
Sandshrew.
I gotta say, Sandshrew is one of my favorite Pokemon, but I'm gonna eat it.
Oh, nice. Cook it. Sandslash.
Sandslash seems like he'd be really like bony or something because of like all the spikes, and I don't think he weighs very much, so can it.
Can it. I don't see a lot of meat here.
Alolan, would you can it or cook it? Well, if I cook it, it's just gonna melt, so.
Nidoran. Can it or cook it?
Can it.
Can it. Don't see much enjoyment from there.
The Nidorans are some of my favorite OG Pokemon.
Nidorina.
You know, I really liked Nidorina as a kid, so can it.
Can it? Nidoqueen.
Cook.
Cook it. You can't tell me them titties wouldn't be good.
Oh yeah.
Plus them ears. Plus that giant tongue. Nidorina male.
Can.
Nidorino male. Almost like can.
You know, I'm gonna cook that one.
Oh, very nice. Nidoking.
Cook.
Clefairy. Got loads. Yeah. Can or cook.
Clefairy doesn't. How much does Clefairy weigh? You know what? Cook it.
Cook it. I want me some space alien meat.
Yeah. Same goes for Clefable. Cook it.
Cook it. Ooh, Vulpix. I can't do that to Vulpix. Can it?
Can.
I can't do that to Ninetales either. Can it?
You know what? I bet you if you ate Ninetales, you'd go on one crazy trip. So I'm going cook.
If you make it back from the spirit world, tell me, man.
For sure.
Jigglypuff. Can it? Mostly hot air anyway.
Jigglypuff is a balloon, so it's basically just a skin with some air. So, yeah, can it.
Wigglytuff. Can it. Zubat.
I ain't trying to get no Corona. Can it.
Can it. Not enough meat. Golbat.
Can it.
Can it. Oddish.
Oddish would probably make a decent salad, so...
Cook
it?
Cook it. Gloom? Cook it or can it?
Gloom just looks like a poisonous plant, so I'm canning it.
Can it. Vileplume.
It's got vile in its name, bro. That's a can.
I might try to cook this one. Because what if these big fluffy leaves taste like mushrooms?
I'm not a fan of mushrooms, so I'm sticking with can.
Paris.
It's like a bug with mushrooms on it, so can it.
Yeah, can it. Parasect.
Same. Gonna can it.
Can it. Venonat.
I'm surprised you didn't go for it with Parasect, 'cause it's a big mushroom.
Venonat.
Venonat.
I'm canning it. Venomoth.
Can it.
Diglett.
Nobody knows what Diglett looks like underneath. I mean, Diglett could be like a giant monster underneath. Could just have like a mole's body. Could have like, I don't know.
Can it.
Could just be, can it, yeah.
Can it.
Cook it.
Cook it?
Yep.
Nice. Can it or
Meow.
cook it? Meow.
I'm allergic to cats, so can it.
Can it. Persian. Can it.
Can it.
Cook it. Does that make me racist?
No, because you're Asian. If I had said, what? You're passing on meow? You're Asian. You're supposed to cook it. That would be racist. Cook it.
Cook it.
Duck is good.
Hell yeah. Golduck. Cook it.
Cook.
Mankey. I'm canning Mankey. I'll cook Primeape.
Same.
Growlithe.
Can it.
Can it. I can't do that to my boy. Arcanine.
Can it.
Can it. Poliwag.
Can it.
Can it. Poliwhirl.
Cook it.
Cook it.
Frog legs are good. I mean, I know it says that it's a tadpole, but that ain't no tadpole. That's like a polywog.
Poliwrath.
Poliwrath? Come on, you telling me that's not a frog? Eat it.
Eat it. Cook it, boy. I mean, just look how juicy them fists look, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Abra?
What even is Abra? It's like a robot fox thing.
Kind of looks like it's modeled after a kangaroo.
Really?
A little bit. I don't know.
Maybe.
Can
I
it?
see more Kadabra. Now, Kadabra has a big floofy tail.
Could be all meat for all we know. So, I'm gonna cook it.
See, I think that its tail is all floof and no meat, so... But you know what? Kadabra is super smart. I bet you has a nice, juicy brain. So cook it.
Dude, what if you got smarter from eating its brains?
Whoa. That'd be crazy.
Alakazam.
Cook it.
Cook it. Obviously, the spoons aren't edible.
Yeah, but you can eat them with his own spoons.
Yes. Chop.
That's a hard one, because he's a fighting type, so he's nice and meaty, but he'd also be... Would he be, like, really tough? It's like, it's really lean meat, right?
I think so.
But he's also young, so he's probably tender still, so, cook it.
Cook it. Machoke.
Cook it.
Damn thing would try to cook me. But I'd cook it too. Machamp.
I feel like Machamp would be really tough. So can it.
Can it. Bellsprout.
Can it.
I say cook it. Probably won't be used as, food, but herbal remedies instead. Can it or cook it?
Cook it.
Cook it. Can or cook?
This is a tough one. Cook it.
I also go cook it. Ooh, Tentacool.
I think Tentacool would have some real interesting tasting jelly. So
Indeed. Cook it.
cook it.
Tentacruel.
Cook it.
Cook it. I mean, look at those eye things. I'd probably make a nice bowl.
I mean, it says it's a jellyfish, but it looks more like a squid to me, you know? So
Geodude. Can it?
I don't think there's any meat on Geodude. I'm pretty sure that is just a living rock. So can it?
I said cook it.
You think there's
Mineral
meat
water,
under there?
boy. Mineral water. Cook.
Can.
Cook.
Cook. See, Golem is like a lizard trapped inside of a rock, right? So there's at least got to be some meat on him.
Ponyta?
Cook it.
I'll pass on Ponyta, but I'll cook Rapidash.
Yeah, I'm curious of how horse meat tastes, so I'm gonna cook Rapidash too.
Slowpoke? Cook, for sure.
Oh, cook, dude. In Gold and Silver, they talk about how delicious their tails are. Of course you're gonna cook it.
In the Pokemon anime, as well as the Pokédex, they say Galarian Slowpoke, since it eats spicy berries, its meat has become spicy as well. Slowbro.
Cook it.
Cook it.
Whoa. Galarian Slowbro looks fucking cool. It's got the shellfish on its fist. That's dope.
It's a gun that shoots poison.
That's awesome. So I'll eat OG Slowbro, but not Galarian Slowbro.
Yeah. Magnemite.
Can it?
Cook it.
Only thing that looks edible on it is the eyeball.
Iron supplements.
Right. Can it?
Can it?
Far-fetched. Cook it, baby.
Cook that sucker.
It's a duck. It has its own leek with it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Farfetch would probably be delicious. Doduo, cook it.
Cook it. Dodrio, cook it.
Cook it.
I can't do that to Seal. I'll pass. I'll can it.
I don't know. This is kind of a tough one, because I'm curious as to how the seal tastes. I mean, I know the Inuit people, they eat a lot of seal blubber. So, but it's really fatty, and
I'm skipping on Seal, but I'm cooking Dugong.
How much does seal weigh? Whoa,
almost 200 pounds. Jeez.
I'm gonna cook that baby.
It's too adorable and doofy looking, so I'm gonna pass on Seal, but I'm cooking Dugong.
Well, I'm cooking seal, so I'm cooking Dugong too.
Grimer?
Can it? That's just sludge.
Can it? Shelda.
I do like me some shellfish, so cook it.
Cook it. Cloyster. Cook it. Ghastly.
How would you even eat a ghost?
No, you gotta can it.
Yep, can it.
Haunter. Can it.
Yeah, can it. Gengar, can it.
Gengar, can it.
Plus, it's like, a poison type. So if you did eat it, you'd probably get sick.
Onyx, cook it.
Can it? To me, I'm pretty sure it's just living rocks. So
mineral water. You know how much you can sell for that?
That's a good point, but I'm still canning it.
I mean, the eyeballs look kind of juicy. Drowsy, I'm cooking it.
I've heard tapers, which is what it's modeled after, are like really bad to eat. Don't remember where I heard that. So, can it.
Hypno?
Cook it.
Cook it. Crappy. Cook it. Kingler. Cook it. Gigantic next kid. Nice. That's probably a sea foam though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is this just covered in sea foam? Is it breaking out of its shell? Like, what's going on there?
Voltorb. Can it.
Can it. If you did cook it, it probably tastes like Pop Rocks. Can it.
Execute. Cook it.
Cook it.
They're just eggs, essentially. Executor. Cook it.
Cook it. I'm sure its head is nice and juicy. Then again, you know what? Its head is probably a melon. And I'm not big on melons, so I changed my mind.
Its foot pads, anything above the knee, is all wood. So what I'll probably scavenge it is the feet and the heads.
Yeah, I'm like, can it.
Cubone?
Can it.
Can it.
It's too cute.
You can't do that to my boy. Marowak?
Marowak, cook it.
Cook it.
Look, Cubone's already emo from losing his mom anyway, so who cares?
Hitmonlee?
He looks real bony, so Can it.
Hitmonchan.
Cook it.
Cook it. You think the gloves are real gloves, or
I have
are they just
no
like
idea.
red fists?
So it looks like he's wearing clothes, but it's hard to say if that's clothes or just part of its skin.
Lick its tongue. Eat it. Cook it.
Cook it.
I mean, look how juicy that tongue looks, and everything else. Coughing. Can it.
Can it.
Wheezing. Can it.
Can it.
Rhyhorn.
Now see, Rhyhorn doesn't look like he's made out of solid rock. Rhyhorn looks more like he's got, like, stone plating. Cook it.
Cook it. Rhydon.
Cook it.
Cook it. Chansey. Cook it.
Cook it. Because our magic can have restorative powers.
Tangela.
Cook it. I feel like it'd be like eating,
Oxtail for sure.
oxtail. What?
Oxtail. You've never eaten oxtail?
I have not, but I'm not sure Tangela would taste like oxtail. I think it'd be more like the veggie spirals.
Kangaskhan?
Cook it.
Cook it. I'll leave the baby alone. It needs to grow up.
Yeah.
Horsey.
Can it.
Can it. Cedra.
Can it.
Can it.
It just doesn't look very tasty.
They look bony.
Yeah.
Goldeen.
Can it.
Can it. Sea King.
Cook it.
Cook it. Staryu. Can it?
Can it.
Because what are they? They're like corals, right?
They're like starfish. I don't think you can even eat starfish. I think it's like poison. I could be wrong. But
Can it?
then again, it's not a real one.
I thought
But
these things were aliens or something.
I have no idea.
Can it? Mr. Mime.
Mr. Mime looks hollow to me. It looks like his head is the only thing with anything to it. And the rest, to me, it just looks hollow or bony. So, can it?
Can it? Scyther.
It's like a dinosaur bug. So, cook it.
Yeah, I'll cook it too. Jinx.
Would that be considered cannibalism? I mean, it says human shape type.
Oh, human-like egg group. I'll can it.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm adventurous. Cook it.
Electabuzz. Cook it.
Cook it. Wait, he's a tiger type thing, right?
Kinda. That's what his pattern looks like anyways.
Alright, like, he looks like he's a anthropomorphic tiger, which would make him a cat. And I'm allergic to cats, so maybe not. Just to be on the safe side, can it.
Magmar. Can it or cook it?
Cook it. It's a giant flaming duck.
Yeah. Giant flaming duck.
Yeah. And its rump roast is on its head. Ha ha ha.
Pinza.
Cook it. Beetles are one of the more common bugs to eat.
I didn't know that. Cook it. Tauros. Cook it. If it loads the fucking image, cook it.
Cook it.
You probably wouldn't get much meat out of the tails, but it's still meat nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bowl, so it's like lean beef, basically.
Magikarp?
Well, there is that episode of Pokemon where Meowth tries to eat James' Magikarp, and it's just scale and bones. So, based off of that, can it.
Can it. Gyarados.
Cook it.
Lapras.
Cook it.
it.
Can it.
Can it. Eevee.
I mean, I guess if you told it to transform into, like, you know, some roast beef, you could cook it, but yeah, Ditto doesn't look like it'd be much to eat without it transforming. Eevee, can it.
Can it. I can't do that to Eevee. Vaporeon.
Vaporeon would probably taste like a combination of fish and cat or fish and fox, so I'm curious. Cook it.
I was gonna cook Vaporeon anyways. I mean, come on, man. Vaporeon sushi? Or Vaporeon tail sashimi?
Oh, yeah, that'd be fire.
Jolteon? Oh, can it.
Can it.
Flareon? Can it.
Can it.
Porygon? Can it.
Can it.
Ammonite? Cook
Cook
it.
it.
Almastar?
Cook
it. Kabuto?
Can you eat the crabs that it's based off of?
Blue Horseshoe? Yeah, you can, but it's I wouldn't say it's illegal, but they don't have a lot of meat under there.
Can it.
Can it. Kabutops?
Can it.
Can it.
It just doesn't look appetizing.
Aerodactyl?
Cook it.
Cook it. Snorlax?
Cook, man. Feed you for like half a year, maybe more.
Shit, man. I'm a cook Snorlax. Nice and slow. You know what I mean? Shit, just 1 foot probably cost you around $600.
You really think it would cost that much for a foot?
Yeah? Why, you think it would cost more?
I think it'd probably be less.
Okay, $4.50.
That sounds a little more reasonable.
Articuno. Can
Cook
it?
it.
I can't do that to Articuno. Articuno's was one of my favorites.
It's a big bird. I'm gonna eat it.
You know what? Yeah, I'll cook it. Zapdos. Can it?
Yeah, can it?
Moltres.
Cook it.
Cook it. If it's possible. Dratini.
This is tough. Dratini. It's one of the OG dragons. It's really cute, but I want to know what dragon meat tastes like.
Hell yeah, Dratini sashimi.
Okay, I'm going cook it.
Cook it. Dragonair. Cook it.
Cook it.
Dragonite. Cook it.
I can't do that to Dragonite. I really want to try that dragon meat, but I just can't do it to Dragonite. Can it?
Mewtwo.
Cook it.
Cook it. Mew.
Can it?
Can it?
Cat like